Back again, everybody. Oof, I'm almost up there, you know, with that thingy. Short police come in yesterday, sent it up. Oh. Right. This is for people at Kingsley. Obviously watch all videos from number 1, but this is specifically for you at Kingsley. And I want you to watch really carefully with this one because it's bad. And I'm going to apologise because pictures, I've run out of ink and colouring's a bit, you know, dishevelled. But what I want to show you first, I don't know if you can see it. Hello. That's a picture behind dog track. Can you see that okay, yeah? Behind dog track, yeah? Then I'll just show you what happens. It's classed as a flood storage area. It's all that. And the reason I know that is because basically it was me who did it. But what happened years ago, it was done about 10 years ago, so it cost thousands upon thousands. What happens is, when water comes up in Dyke, at the top end there's a row of curbs and there's like a little wall, and you'll see that, people will know where that is. And what's supposed to happen is, when it floods, basically water can't go through there, it comes over there and into flood storage area. So it's there, that's blocked off and it comes over here. And then if you go down bottom, down here, water basically, when Dyke goes down, there's a valve on there to let water out and water goes out slowly. That's basically top and bottom of it. Right, this is an interesting thing. When we did it, and this is a picture what we're taking yesterday, and that's top end. You see how bad it is, and you see look at those 2 metal bars either side. What happened is, years ago when it was done, there was supposed to be a thing what's called a penstock. Look it up on Google, in there. And basically what this penstock does, it's like a valve. It's open for water to go through. In flood conditions it comes down and water goes sideways and into that big flood storage area. Now what happened was, when it got to putting that penstock on, I says, what's happening with penstock? Oh, we'll get to it. I said, yeah, but what if anything happens? Yeah. And then they rung me one day, says, just for now, put a couple of bars in, and if they have any floods, we'll just shove a board in or something. That's what they said, honestly, that's what they said. Just shove a board in there. And do you know what happened? Inevitable. It only happened once while I was there, it come under flood condition. Now, I couldn't believe what happened, right? So you should have had a penstock just to close it, but you had 2 metal bars. Do you know what I had to do? I had to get some plywood, doubled it up, put it in there, and if anybody knows what water, force of water, pressure of water, it would just bowing and bowing the board. It was just going to slip out of them, and it would have caused havoc down, you know, downstream at Woodyard and everywhere. I had to actually go to my unit, get an excavator and put the digger bucket behind it to try hold it. That's how bad, you know, because they just don't care. They don't care if you flood. I mean, they spent thousands on a scheme that just doesn't work. It doesn't work now. I mean, can you imagine at 3 o'clock in the morning and you're under a big flood and they come and they try putting boards down there with all that rubbish in there and putting boards there, and then boards, plywood does not hold pressure of water. It should have a proper penstock put in like it was originally supposed to do, and they've just ignored it, neglected it. So that's what you're left with. Nobody down there is safe, Woodyard or anywhere. And what used to happen, basically, that's what can occur. And basically what used to happen then, another thing I told them about, this is down bottom end where fence comes, round towards Woodyard. Well, what happened here was, this is an access road. When fence comes down, access road goes round to do maintenance. But what happened was, This last bit from here onwards, where water comes out, I had to do it all in brick rubble to get, because it were all a big marsh, so I had to do it in brick rubble, an access road, take it all the way around to a wood yard, more or less, and basically what I said to him is, it's alright doing it in brick rubble, but it needs a centre core doing in clay. You know, in up the middle, here, all the way around, as a barrier to stop water coming through. Well, it's not going to happen that much, so we'll see how it goes. So all I did, I put muck on the bankings, and they never put the clay core in there. So do you know what happens? When this is all in flood at this side, all water does, it just all comes through brick rubble. So you've got a system there that's cost absolutely, and it did cost a lot of thousands, that's just not fit for purpose. You can still flood at any time all around there. So I don't know if I've gone through it properly with you, I'm hoping I have. So yeah, basically you've got a flood system, it comes all in here, it basically goes out steady, but it don't work anyway because all this banking, water just seeps through that much, through brick rubble, because they never put a centre up there, a clay seal. But as far as that goes, how bad is that? Just shove a couple of bars in and we'll put some wooden board. I told him that, I said, wooden board will not hold pressure of water. It won't happen. We don't really expect it to happen, but it did happen. I was there. I had to rush out on an emergency and deal with it. And as I said, if it weren't for the fact that I owned some diggers and I were able to get one and shove bucket at back at plyboard to hold it, the people who have flooded Woodyard. I mean, poor John at Woodyard, I mean, I've even lent that man my own pumps out of my own pocket at times, you know, when he's flooded. But this is what I said, this is neglect. So, you people at Kingsley down there, get ready for a big flood because you're not safe at all. That flood storage system is not fit for purpose. And you tell me that should be kept clean at all time anyway, and that was taken 2 days ago. They just don't bother, there's no maintenance whatsoever. So yeah, so you've got 2 steel bars and hopefully, and that was other thing, when I went to do it on an emergency, I had to take the circular saw, start cutting boards. You don't work like that on emergency. And the other thing, what I've mentioned in other videos, there is no contractor set in stone for emergencies. What they say is we'll get a price for a contractor, whoever's cheapest. While we're letting you flood, we'll get a contractor to have a look at it. All it should have had was a penstock, wind it down, closed, done. No. 2 epoxy steel bars and some timber to hold thousands of gallons of pressure, water pressure. So yeah, you in Kingsley, and I suppose all taxpayers, you paid absolute thousands, and a lot of money it cost, because I was there for a long while, it was me who dug it all out. So it's cost you thousands, and it is not even fit for purpose at all. Basically, if you had a flood tonight, they'd run about trying to get a contractor who wouldn't know all about it. They'd be shoving boards in them steel things that just basically, they bowl that much, basically, that they can flick out, you know, come out at edges. Yeah, it should have had a penstock originally. And I said, when's penstock going on? Well, we'll get around to it. Probably not going to really need it anyway. But it did happen. I was there. I went to, I think we dealt with emergency. And yeah, and as I said, when you get to the bottom end there to where fences, all that banking, all water just comes through because it's just brick rubble. I mean, brick rubble's porous, isn't it? You imagine just making a road of brick rubble and putting a bit of muck on sides. And I said to him, it needs a centre, down centre doing in clay to act as a barrier so water can't get through. Well, probably not going to happen much. That's what you deal with. This is the clowns in there. This is what we are. We're peasants to them. They don't care about whether you flood. We're doing this flood scheme for you. No, you're not. Because it doesn't work. It's ridiculous. I couldn't believe that. 2 days ago, that picture. And somebody says, it's been like that for months. They don't clean them or anything now since you've gone, yeah. So, yeah. Have a look on Google what it says about penstock and you'll see. So basically you're left with that. You've got a flood storage scheme that costs absolute thousands that's not fit for purpose. It just don't work. It don't work. When I went through that scenario and having to cut boards as you're flooding, having to cut plyboard to fit in there as you're flooding, it were unreal. It was, and I said, you can't do this. Isn't how it's supposed to happen. You're supposed to have 2 men go down, close the penstock. That's it. Water goes in the flood storage area, and basically when dike water goes down, water can go back into the dike. And, no. So I was sending water sideways. That were a struggle. I had to go. And it's only grace of God that I had machines, diggers, go find a digger to load the boards. And then when I finally did that, one of the lads says, it's pouring in through bank and it's not working. I says, well, I asked them to put a clay middle down it. So anyway, so all you in Kingsley who are around that area who might have flooded, you probably could flood again anyway at any time, so at least you understand that now. That's how bad they are, isn't it? Eh? How bad are they? Yeah. So, and as I said, they all know about this. As I said, you're same as me, you're just peasants. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to just quickly, I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave it with that with Kingsley, because it is so bad. I'm hoping you saw them pictures, like, I'll just show you them again. Flood storage area, dike runs down outside. Water comes, that blocks off, water comes down over the curbs, floods the flood area. That's it. Shove a couple of boards in. It's only Kingsley. Shove a couple of boards in. If they break, they break. I'm not kidding. There's not even no emergency team if anything happens now. If you watch videos, you'll see what I've seen about emergencies. We'll get in contact with contractors and see if we can get somebody to come and do it. While Merrin McRae on £3,500 a week plus bonuses has sat in a mansion somewhere who don't even actually know what goes on with flooding, because you don't care. Aren't they bad? So yeah, all you people in Kingsley now, you know, you had something they built what don't work, not fit for purpose, and it cost taxpayer a fortune. I mean, you can ask, John knows me round at Woodyard, you can ask John, I've always tried my hardest, we help everybody. I mean, how bad's this? I even went to John's once, I wouldn't even help him, I even went to John's and took my own generators and pumps. That's true, you can ask John at Woodyard, you know, that bloke suffered bad. And them houses, and you know, and industrial people, they've suffered bad, but they don't care, they don't care. Just how it is with them. I'll tell you what I'm just going to show you right quickly. I tell you about asking me to put money in my bank and then, you know, so it fiddle the own books. Like they said, do an invoice, and you did work in tax year after, so it looked like they'd spent the money. This is how bad they are, you know, doing things like that. I'll just show you this one here, this email, right? You won't believe it. Corruption complaint at council, right? Just look at this. Right, watch how much goes on. Next page. All that, a year-long investigation, hundreds of thousands spent, and that is basically to cover it all. That is the lot. A year investigation into all that I've just showed you, and all this I've told you on videos. That's it. That's it. That's your lot. I'm not kidding. Aren't they bad hombres, these, really? Eh? Yeah, like this 3 grand. I don't know why they used to do these little amounts. They used to just do as a basic invoice, don't like itemise it. And then when I got to, I said, look, and it were all at the end of tax year. And basically, it was to basically just fiddle their own books. Who does that, eh? When you work for fiddling their own books? There used to be loads of these for I could never wait up like 3,200, 3,400 and something, 3,800. And then, not, but as I said, one for 50,000. But it would always do them at end of tax year and do some work after it. So they were so greedy, but makes you wonder why they wanted that much, you know, that extra bit of money, doesn't it? After what I've told you in other videos. Some things start to make sense, don't they? I mean, yeah, but they did that over years, lots and lots of times, yeah. Do us an invoice, don't put much on it. At end of tax year, so we can basically say we've spent our budget and we can get some more money for our division. Well, it's anybody's guess what they do with money, innit, in there, you know. Sleight of hand, croupier, bit out, bit in, yeah. We know that, I've showed you about a bit of that, haven't I? My mate wants something doing. I mean, when you think about that with Kingsley, watch other videos, I mean, sending me down Ponty golf course and race course and saying clean that dike because somebody high up in council plays golf and wants it doing, and you're have to suffer with that. Not fit for purpose. I don't think so, really, do you? So get ready for a big flood because you might just find you're underwater again and you need a boat. Right, people, take care, and as I say, stay safe. I hope it's come across alright what I've tried to show you. I need to get some, I'm finding it hard to get some coloured ink for my printer, so I hope, if it hasn't come out well, I'll go back over it. But yeah, you're in a bit of a predicament down Kingsley. On top of taxpayers' money, on top of ripping people off. It's not good, is it? Tell you what, 36.8. Tell you, I've been up that top end of 37. Making me poorly, all this. What a nasty lot, aren't they? Nasty lot. Stop mentioning my 3,500 a year and my bonuses. Doesn't everybody in Wakefield District get that? No, they don't all get that, Merrin McRae. Only you get that and we pay you. You know, for good governance. Not to hold on, get it under the carpet, go on, get it under there. What a unbelievable set. Right, take care, people. And have a good day, best you can. Okie dokie.